Last night, the Los Angeles Lakers met up with the Minnesota Timberwolves in Los Angeles for Game 5 of what turned out to be a five-game series. The Minnesota Timberwolves closed out the Lakers, winning the series 4-1. Surprising for everyone involved in the Lakers organization. They did not expect to be out in the first round, especially with a LeBron-led and Luka-led team after getting Luka Doncic. They didn't expect to win the championship without a center, but obviously that was their goal. So very disappointing. Um, they at least expected to get past the first round, though. Multiple players after the game stating that they were disappointed and just in shock that their season was over. And as a Lakers fan, I am as well. It's a very weird feeling. It's exciting to see what the Lakers will do with a full off season with Luka Doncic uh, next year because they'll be more acclimated to play with each other, they being LeBron James and Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic. And it will also be interesting to see what Rob Pelinka decides to do to build a roster that works around Luka because clearly this roster was not built to work around Luka, and the holes were glaring against Minnesota, and Minnesota took advantage of that all series. Um, Rob Pelinka today stating that their main goal will be to get a center, a lob threat center for Luka, and their other main goal will be to get defensive wings, which are the two glaring needs that the Lakers need. And it showed in this series. Just a very disappointing end of the season, though. I, as a Lakers fan, did not expect to make the finals. I expected to make the conference finals or at least the second round at minimum. So very disappointing end of the year. But as I said, excited to see what the roster will look like next year and what this team will be able to do with a full offseason on their belts. Very hard to trade for a player of Luka Doncic's caliber mid-season and acclimate as fast as you have to. And that was another main reason why the Lakers were unable to get past round one. Luka Doncic saying that it's still been a whirlwind for him. Obviously, he never expected to get traded to traded to the Lakers from Dallas, and he still hasn't been able to acclimate properly with LeBron James and Austin Reeves. And he said he's excited for the offseason to be able to do that. So just a overall disappointing end of the year, but exciting future for the Lakers is the best way to put it in my own words. The final score for game five was 103 to 96. Uh, for the Timberwolves, the leading scorer was actually Rudy Gobert. The Lakers decided to play small, going without Jackson Hayes the entire game, starting with their death lineup, which is Dorian Finney-Smith, Rui Hachimura, LeBron James, Austin Reeves, and Luka Doncic. And Rudy Gobert took advantage of that, ending with 27 points and 24 rebounds on 15 defensive rebounds, 9 offensive rebounds on 12 of 15 from the field, 3 of 6 from the free throw line, and also added 2 blocks. Uh, Outside of him, Julius Randle continued his hot play as of late, ending with 23 points on 8 of 16 from the field, 1 of 6 from deep, excuse me, 6 of 7 from the free throw line, and also added 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. And Anthony Edwards really struggled, but because of how well Rudy Gobert and Julius Randle played, he didn't really need to do much, and he did the little things to help his team win down the stretch, which is what they needed him to do to close the series out. Edwards ended with 15 points on 5 of 19 from the field, 0 of 11 from deep, 5 of 8 from the free throw line, and also had 11 rebounds, 8 assists, and 3 steals. Now the starting five was Mike Conley and Jaden McDaniels. Jaden McDaniels only played 18 minutes after fouling out, and he ended with 8 points in those 18 minutes on 2 of 4 from the field, 0 of 2 from deep, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, and also had 3 rebounds and a steal. And then Mike Conley only hit 2 shots, but one of those shots was the dagger to put the Lakers to sleep for good, ending with 8 points on 2 of 7 from the field, 2 of 6 from deep, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, and also had 4 rebounds and 3 assists. The Timberwolves only went 3 deep in their bench. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Dante DiVincenzo, and Naz Reid were the only three to get run off the bench. Nickeil Alexander-Walker really struggled, ending with 10 points on 3 of 11 from the field, 2 of 9 from deep, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, and also had 1 rebound, 3 assists, and a steal. DiVincenzo and Naz Reid also really struggled, ending with 9 points on 3 of 13 from the field, 2 of 12 from deep, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, and also had 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. And then Nas Reed ended with 3 points on 1 of 4 from the field, 0 of 1 from deep, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, and also had 2 rebounds and 2 assists, as well as 3 blocks. This game was there for the taking for the Lakers, as was every other game in the series. Um, it's just the execution down the stretch. The Wolves executed better than the Lakers all series long. And even when they didn't execute, the Wolves got the offensive rebounds, and the Lakers would eventually give up a basket because they just could not secure a rebound. Um, I believe the Lakers will learn from this. I believe JJ Redick will learn from this. He is taking accountability. He said he knows he can be better and he will be better, and he will start self-evaluating himself starting now at the end of the season to see where he went wrong and what he can do better, which I love to hear as a Lakers fan from a coach, knowing that he is blaming himself and he will take full accountability and make sure that he does not make the same mistakes. Overall, for the Timberwolves, they shot poorly, 40% from the field, 14% from deep, 72% from the free throw line, and only turned over 11 times. But the difference was the rebounds. They had, I believe, 18 more rebounds than the Lakers, 54 rebounds for the Timberwolves, 37 for the Lakers, 17 more rebounds. You get 17 more opportunities, you're gonna win the game 9 times out of 10. And that was the case for the Timberwolves, and that was the main reason why the Timberwolves ended the Lakers season last night. For the Lakers, as I said, they started Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Rui Hachimura, and Dorian Finney-Smith. Dorian Finney-Smith actually fouled out in the halfway through the fourth quarter. Before fouling out, he played 29 minutes and ended with 7 points on 3 of 5 from the field, 1 of 3 from deep, and also had 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. The rest of the starters played pretty well as well. Luka Doncic ending with 28 points, leading the way on 7 of 18 from the field, 2 of 8 from deep, 12 of 15 from the free throw line, was very aggressive. And he also ended with 7 rebounds, 9 assists, and a steal. LeBron James ended with 22 points on 9 of 21 from the field, 1 of 5 from deep, 3 of 6 from the free throw line, and also had 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals. Rui Hachimura played great the past 2 games trying to extend the Lakers' season. Unfortunately, though, it just wasn't enough. Ended with 23 points on 9 of 16 from the field, 5 of 8 from deep, and also had 4 rebounds and a block. Unfortunately, Austin Reeves really struggled this entire series. He took the blame for the loss on for the Lakers, saying he did not play well enough to win the series, and he will go back, watch the film, and get better at what he needs to get better at moving forward. So hopefully he will learn from this experience. I believe he will, and I believe he will come back better. Reeves ended with 12 points on 5 of 14 from the field, 2 of 10 from deep, and also added 5 rebounds and 2 assists, and did have 6 turnovers as well. So just a really rough series for Austin Reeves, and he needs to be a better down the stretch for the Lakers starting next season, especially when it comes to being to playing in the playoffs. Um, Maxi Kleba actually made his Laker debut in an elimination game. That was pretty surprising to see JJ Redick go that route instead of Jackson Hayes. Obviously, he did tell Jackson Hayes that he most likely wouldn't have played, which he didn't. I believe he should have played him, especially with how poor or with how bad Rudy Gobert was eating them alive. Um, but that's a rookie head coach. JJ Redick was a rookie head coach, and it showed in this series. I believe, as I said, he will learn from these mistakes. And I also think he should have played Dalton Connect in the playoffs. I'm not really sure what the reasoning was behind him not getting any playoff time or playing time in the playoffs, because before the playoffs, he said that they will need him and they will use him in the playoffs, but they didn't use him at all. That was surprising as well. I wish they had, but hindsight's 50-50. It's too late now. As I said, I believe JJ Redick will learn from all of his mistakes. The players who did play off the bench was Maxi Kleba. He only played 5 minutes in his first game in like 4 months. And then Jared Vanderbilt and Gabe Vincent. None of them scored in double digits. The bench only scored 4 points. The bench was poor all series long, and it was a main reason why the Lakers lost this series. Not saying it's the sole reason, but it was a main reason. You get outscored by Nas Reed by your like Nas Reed by himself outscored Lakers bench. 9 times out of 10, you're going to lose that series if that is the case. And that was the case for the Lakers. Have to get better bench production in the playoffs, especially. So it'll be interesting to see what route Rob Pelinka goes to fill out the bench, because they need a far better bench than they have right now if they want to contend. Jared Vanderbilt in 19 minutes ended with 2 points on 0 of 1 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, and also had 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. He was everywhere. He was hustling. He was trying to extend the Lakers season. Unfortunately, though, just wasn't enough. Jared Vanderbilt is a great defender and a great rebounder, but I would like to see him work on his offensive game now that he is healthy enough to do that in the offseason. After the past 2 offseasons, he hasn't been able to. Hopefully, he'll be able to work on his offensive game and come back to the Lakers better than he has been the past few years. Offensively, that is. And then Gabe Vincent struggled all series long as well. 0 points on 0 of 2 from the field and from deep. And also had 3 rebounds and 2 assists. And Maxi Kleber in his 5 minutes, 2 points on 2 free throws, shot 1 3 and missed it. Overall, the Lakers shot 42% from the field, 29% from deep, 76% from the free throw line, turned it over 15 times. As I said, got out rebounded by 17. This matchup was just very poor matchup for the Lakers, especially with no big man. Matchups determine a lot in the playoffs. And this matchup, as I said, just a very poor matchup for the Lakers. And it is eye-opening, I believe, for the front office and for the Lakers. And we'll see what they decide to do moving forward with the roster. I believe it will be a reconstructed bench at least with a few changes in the starting lineup. It's going to be interesting to see. And then for the Timberwolves, they play the winner of the Warriors Rockets series, which could end tomorrow night if the Warriors close it out in the Bay. And that will be an interesting series. We'll see if the Timberwolves can continue their success in the playoffs. Because last year, remember, they made to the Western Conference Finals before Luka Doncic kicked them out in the in the um in game 5 at their house. I believe the Target Center is what it's called. And we'll see if they can get back to the conference finals. And then if they do get over the hump and make the finals, because seeding does not matter. As long as you have Anthony Edwards on your team, you have a chance. And it's going to be very interesting to see how far they do end up going with this roster, because this roster does have a chance to make some noise, clearly, after knocking out LeBron James and Luka Doncic.